So, here we are. Hello, everybody. I think the music's a little bit louder than I wanted it to be. Let's go a little bit towards that. And, yeah. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's stream. I am starting out new today because I felt like it is about time. Well, so I haven't spent a lot of time with this game for the last couple of months, but since there is a sale on it and I'm giving away tonight a couple of keys, I figured it is now better time than ever to get into it again. Hey, Poet. So I think I'll be talking about the giveaway in a few minutes a little bit more. So, let's see. Remember my health? Yes. No? The storm? Can't start neither of these. So maybe I just need to let a little bit of time pass by. None of these items work out. Salvage. Oh? One might think that I had played this game before. How did that work again? Oh, I still have that book. I forgot about the book. No. That's that. I think I shouldn't have turned the music that low. That was completely okay. Let's see. So, I remember my book. There was Storm, and we get to select now the first of our skill points. I did go for a little bit of a research, because when you the things you select here do influence your background, and every background has a different way of playing through the game. And I have forgotten to turn on my YouTube chat. Oh boy, I'm sorry about that. It's been a few days since I've been doing that. So hello YouTube, I am seeing you now too. Okay. So, we had the memories about how we crash landed, and I have now shapped, and we want to have metal, yes. So, tonight's stream is only happening because of the fine people of Weather Factory asking me to promote their current sale a little bit, and who am I to be able to say no to that? Okay, so now we have the proper memories. We have now skill points, metal and shaft, and now I should have the background of an archaeologist. I hope. So, guidance. We can now use... No, still not. Ah, here, I need to just wait that out. John Phaedrus, so happy to see you again. Yeah, I had spent 200 hours on this game, and I had to take a break. Not because it was bad or anything. It's just I had other things to do. This is a game I can't totally get lost in. It's something I really enjoy. So let's see. We should try the book before we read it. Maybe one of these? No? Can't consider this. Ah, I can shout. It's fascinating that, and no matter how often I have played the intro of the game, I always have to puzzle around a little bit. You're welcome, John. It's not gonna run away. But to everybody just tuned on in 2 hours I will draw the 3 key giveaway that I'm doing. So if you want to participate, just let me know either in the Twitch chat or in the YouTube chat. I'm doing this in 2 hours, and then I'll be contacting you once we know how it's working on out. So, the old friend's address. It looks like we're going to be friend with Father Timothy's today. Hey, Elle, welcome. You are already in the raffle bag. So, here. I was showing it to my microphone for a second for whatever weird reason my brain was. Okay, so the gentleman will finally now take me into the village. If you loved Cultist Simulator, Elle, this game is really awesome. It's less dark about doing bad or evil things, and more about discovering all the mysteries and everything. You're playing as the librarian of Hush House, where all the hidden histories and secrets of the arcane world, or the, I think the secret histories, or is the official canon, but whatever. It's basically all the lore that you found in Cultist Simulator and more bundled in a library, and it's yours to take care of. What's not to like about that? I have already 2 successful playthroughs, and I can... Today I saw that there's a total of, according to the Wikipedia of this game, of 101 endings. this was blowing my mind. So where are we going to? The Sweet Bones is locked. The post office is locked. The smithy is locked, but it looks like we are not friends with Timothy, but with Denzil, the smith. Well, Poet, it's not really a game easy to get into, in so far as it is a combination of a puzzle and a storytelling game. But once you know how to operate the pieces of the puzzle, it's actually quite relaxed. Because there's no time pressure, no lethal things, no things that will kill you eventually or such. So you have a very, very peaceful playthrough and a lot of time to just attempt how you want to do it. There's almost no finite resources, so if your first attempt at something failed, there is almost always a way to retry it sooner or later. And that's something I really, really like about this game. Well, I didn't have had a single standard playthrough of Cultist Simulator. I did do 2 of them on the Exile DLC, but I never made it into the real badass endings, so that might be something I want to do one day again. I love these games. And now that I don't have the pressure on me anymore to do streaming for capitalistic sakes, yeah, the Icon Gaming train is finally rolling on safe rails, and well, I just do this now as my free time pastime sport and helping out wonderful game devs like Weather Factory. Seriously, I'm a fanboy. I'm not usually a fanboy, but when it comes down to the art of this game and the writing of this, I'm just lost. So, we're going to talk with Denzil so we get his help. That is a good thing. Yeah. Well, I must say, sadly, I still have to pay bills, ill, but apart from that, I'm totally on your side. Okay, so with the blacksmith's help, I might be able to repair the bridge. So, to those of you who don't know how this works, so the bridge has this mysterious text that shows you and describes you the problem, and then down here you see the possible solutions.
This is very personal.
Thank you, Poet. So for one, we need somebody with the ability assistance, and that is here present on the blacksmith. And then we need the one of these three aspects: forge, lantern, or sky. These are the arcane or magical aspects of the game, and we're going to go over these in lengths. But this means we need an assistant that has one of these three attributes. This guy is an assistant, and he has forge attribute, so we can use this to solve this puzzle. This is, in its basics, how 90% of the game works. You have to find out what needs to go into the slot, and then you need to find a way to access what goes into the slot. And then you read a lot of cool stories and histories about the groovy and spooky things that are in between. Because the cool thing about the world here is that if you like gothic horror, this is exactly up your alley. There's no graphic, explicit things happening. It's just very subtle, but there's a lot of action happening here. A lot of dark and grim things. So we can activate Denzel one more time by investing our health for today. So Denzel is our friend. He doesn't need coinage from us, but we do need to invest some of our parts of our soul. This is basically our stamina. We have health to spend, we have some talking mood to spend, and I think this is our enthusiasm or something like that. Game loves to work with arcane and hard to grasp concepts. I really like that. So we've repaired the bridge, and now we're unlocking the lodge with the help of the blacksmith. Well, let's see. We can fast forward here a little bit. So we do have to do a lot of things still, but I do want to unlock the entrance to the library. Come on. So, let me know if the music's too loud. Alright, so now we have unlocked the library. Each one of these is a room, and they are all made up like this. In each room you find a lot of little items that you can interact with. And, everything that's highlighted by my cursor currently is an interactable item. But most importantly, we find books, because I'm a librarian in this game, so I need books. But most importantly, for now, the key to Hush House. I feel like the music's a little bit too sharp here. So, seems fine to you? Okay. Then it's just me putting it back down. And then I won't be touching it for tonight again. So, the Great Gate of the House. Books are the memory that does not die, reads the inscription above the gate. I'm currently doing a little bit of a butchery to the game by not giving the wonderful writing here the spotlight that it deserves, but I do want to do this so we can unlock the game parts quicker, and then we're gonna be going a little bit deeper into the fun parts. Well, the thing is I am listening on my headphones usually way too loud. So I can turn down my volume. It's always a pain to find the general ideal volume for your recordings. It's one of my worst nightmares. So we have now unlocked the entry of the Hush House, where there's more items, librarian busts, and more wonderful things. But for today, we don't need to go there anymore. Oops. For today, we want to go back to the tavern, which is locked. Oh, yeah, we are still, people still hate me because they don't know me. Whoopsie. So I think I went ahead of myself today. Alice Shadow, hi there, welcome. So, yeah, it was not thought to unlock the entire city today. It was thought that I make friends in Brancrook today. Well. Whoopsie daisy. Thing is, without these soul fragments, I can't do anything. Luckily, they recharge every morning, so we just had to wait here. So let's get back to where we started. 200 hours and 2 full playthroughs, Ellis Shadow. I feel like I'm quite comfy with the game, but there's a lot of secrets that I haven't unlocked yet because I don't go into forums and other things. I like to discover things slowly by myself, you see. Okay, so with Denz's help, people are now not hating me anymore because he's not saying a word, but since he's sitting me with the here in there, that people now accept me. That's how it works. I did do the I don't know if it's greater victories or but I did do the endings were for the which correlate to my journal. I don't know what the proper namings for that was, but I did a twice born run and a what was it again? Prodigal, I think. And I did choose one of those endings that were tinkered to the background. I can't remember more. You know what? We can go here. I can't show you. Hi, Techno Will, welcome. So here I did, the Revolutionary. So these I did. I don't know if these are greater victories or regular victories. I can't tell. But that's what I did so far. Cataclysm. The greater victories. Alright. I love this game. It has so much to offer. I have discovered on every one of my runs something new. It's just amazing. There's so much love and detail hidden behind the scenes. There's so many little things which you can interact with, and if you have the proper thing, you unlock something you didn't see before. Okay. So with Denzel's help, we're going to unlock now parts of the city, or let's see, these won't be talking with me either, or further parts of the library. Are you introducing me to the kills? Also not. Ugh. Interesting. I thought I would be able to unlock with Denzel's help the acquaintances here, but we need to dry out our book. Even the post office? Oh, the post office is not locked because the mistress hates me. It's locked because I don't have anything to show there yet. So Denzel, unlock the gatehouse stairs for me today, will ya? While I'm waiting for my book to dry. Yes, Shadow, please. I don't know what you want to mention, but feel free to. There we go. So, I hope that this is what I wanted to have. Well, my streams will be more often now because I gotta say, I just had so effing much to do in the previous 2 months to get my self-employment fully going and detached from social security help systems and benefit systems here. It's been a bureaucratic nightmare. But now, since all of that is done, I finally feel able to do something again with my time. So, Sam Scott Journal. Let's see. Yes, the archaeologist. That was what I wanted. I opened the tomb and found, too late, that it was a prison. The plague that I released is now my shadow, or perhaps I am its reflection. It is too late to set matters right, but it is never too late to protect the future from the past. In Hush House I can do no harm. Perhaps I can even make amends. Oh boy, sounds like I messed up hard in my previous life. Yeah, the Lantern Memories would work, yeah. I think I need to have somebody, a mutual acquaintance, yeah. Let's see. I think it all falls together once you have the book. Been a few days since I did that. Alright, a letter to the librarian, and... let's see. So... an introduction. No, whatever. Let's do that later. Saber, hi there. So, I have one more action left for this day, so we might be reading a book. We're not actually reading a book, we're just cataloging it. Unlock its content, if you may. Hey Kaffa Unreal, hi there. Thank you. What an oddly specific, albeit welcome wish. So warming draughts to uplift the heart. Ooh, a healing book. But it has a pretty high level here. This is the challenge level of the book. These are the easiest books, with 4 challenge. It goes all the way up to 20 and more. Yeah, they are still packaged exactly. This is then the book itself. Okay, so let's see. I don't know. Can I already answer the letter? I need to invest a soul card for that. I mean, I could recharge my soul cards in the tavern today. You can always take these and toss money on it to replenish it. What's this game about, Saber? It is for one, in its nature, a storytelling and puzzle game. You are role-playing as the librarian of this place. You inherit the place. You don't know how you landed here. The game begins that you start washed up at the shore here, just having yourself and a waterlogged book on yourself. What follows up to that is you just explore that library by uncovering more and more of the rooms. You do have a skill tree of sorts where you learn new arts. There's a crafting system involved. It's a very unique game. I can't really put it differently, but it's somewhere between an adventure game, a puzzle game, and sort of like an RPG a little bit too. There's no combat though. There's no way of dying or anything like that, but I just remembered that we can put the book here and get the foundation to our skill tree. So now I must learn new things, which I can slot in there. This knowledge is going to be found in the books. And I do remember vaguely that this book here can be read very, very early on. No, I need to... the book itself has a edge challenge on it. So here, challenge means I need to invest in that aspect. So I need to find now something that goes into the slot. If I click here, you see that these get highlighted. And now I need to find one of these cards that has the requested icon. At first, you will be just going through these and looking for whatever might be fitting. But the longer you play this game, you see that there is a internal logic hidden behind all that. Hey, Pop, welcome. Well, I hate traditional puzzle games, but if they tell a cool story like this one, it's something else. And it's not really a puzzle game in that regard. It's just the dude developing this game likes you to have to try around how to actually solve the problems at hand. It's not about solving mathematical problems or having to memorize stupid, boring things. It's more about getting immersed into the world in there and understanding how the magic works. And then you will find things. I'm doing great, thanks for asking, Pop. I already mentioned it before, but I'm finally done with all the things that kept me away from streaming. Mostly just paperwork that drained all the will of living off of me. And spending like almost 100 hours in EU5 now lately. Okay, so we have read the book, and the contents are mine. We have discovered a couple of lessons. Lessons are skills. So the Ragged Crossroads are a skill, and the wolf stories are a skill. Consider these like exotic knowledges about things. The wolf stories are stories about the arcane aspect of the wolf, which is part of the moon and scale. Great, isn't it? The longer you play, the more sense these things make. Everything sounds like the ramblings of a madman at first, but shockingly enough, once you play this longer, you will find that it all makes sense from the beginning to the end. And that's what I really, really adore about the games of Weather Factory. They look so darned confusing at first, but there's a wonderful pattern behind all these things. So, the wolf stories. Sometimes we eat the wolf, and sometimes the wolf eats us. Great, isn't it? So this is knowledge about the aspect of the moon and the aspect of the scale. We will be using that to crack the books later down the road. And the Ragged Crossroads go into Edge in winter. So, just to give you a couple of hints here, Edge is martial arts and combat and death and violence. These are all aspects of Edge, among many other things. And winter is mostly death and cold, like the name implies, but also necromancy and secrets and the end of the world, many other things. So, we know a little bit about these things, and now that we do this, we can now take these and slot them into the board. So here we get a few tidbits about what these things mean. So you can now slot this either into one direction or the other. It's, you know, Skolikosofi or Birdsong. Yeah, that says everything, doesn't it? So the Ragged Crossroads can be slotted into here or here. Mind you that you always get different rewards for that. So here we get something with the yellow soul card here. Here we get another one of the Shaft. And if you are just wondering which ones you should take because everything looks so gosh darn samey, it's a very simple answer. Always take the stuff that gives you a new card that you don't have, because that is the most important at first, to have one of each kind. At least in my experiences. So, The Wolf's Return. The sanctioned version of the Book of Suns says that the wolf divided was awoken by the sun's division. We know from this that the wolf was its own hour even when the sun was whole. Interesting. So we glean and we guess that the sun might be healed and the wolf returned to its slumbers. So we glean and guess that the second dawn would bring peace, but the wolf will fight to prevent it. This is Birdsong. So, sounds like absolute nonsense, right? So, first up, you should note that there's a lot of code language here. So, hours are... You can replace the word hours in these regards always with gods, and it makes sense. Ours are practically the gods of this world. And then you notice that things start to make a little bit more sense. So let's see what we have here. At the threshold, every regret is a threshold, and every threshold can be crossed in both directions. A Scholicus sophist knows that no threshold need remain inviolate. So these guys want to limit test. And the other variant for that, every regret is a lesson. We cannot change what is past, but neither should we wish to. Regret is illumination. What the hell? Winter philosophy is so wacky, but it's okay. They're the most depressing among the arcane arts. Winter is just such a downer. What's not a downer is the fact that I am giving away tonight 3 keys for this game. So if you want to participate, just let me know in either the YouTube chat or the Twitch chat. And in 90 minutes from here on out, I will draw the winners. So currently we have 4 participants. Let me know if you want to in, and I'll put your name on one of these wonderful little thingies, and yeah. So, where were we? I have a lot of soul cards available right now, and let's see what we can do. I vaguely do remember. Well, let's go for something else first. So for one, I wanted to write an answer. You see, we have here a letter to the librarian, and this has been hidden in my soggy book that I had on me, and this is where we now write back to the people that run this place that I am now okay with running the library. The sea remains, the house remains, what else remains we shall learn in time. I am something new, and in time I will learn what that means. Xaver, absolutely. So, there you go. And off into the bag. Yeah, if you played Cultist Simulator, a couple of things you will actually know. Grail is still a thing. Basically, all of the arts that were a thing in Cultist Simulator are still around, and a few more. So, we rode back to the Ronwin Trust, the Saint Ronwin's Trust, and now we take that to the post office. Off we go. There we go. Someday soon we will get a response. Let's speak another time with Denzel and see if he can prepare something off of the library. And let's see, so... now I remember how I had to do this. So, we need to enter the rectory either a lantern, knock, or sky aspect. Since good old Denzel has neither of these, he's not going to talk with them. So, we are going to pimp our man here. So here for Mr. and Mrs. Kill, we need a Grail aspect. So, to pimp our Denzel, we're going to talk with him and add a memory on top of him that has the stat that we want. Grail. We can only attach one memory at the same time to him. I can only say, there's only one thing that I would recommend. Try to learn from people whose work you like. That is something that I personally found to be the most fulfilling way of enhancing whatever you do. And now that he has the trait here that he hadn't had before, the kills now finally talk with him and introduce me to them. I finally have remembered how these things work. So, there we go. I don't have a memory left over now, so I won't be going for anything deeper. Let's upgrade our... To upgrade a skill... yeah, I need the... remember. The lessons that we got, we can use to upgrade our skills too. But I sadly can't upgrade my wolf stories yet. Now well. So we're going to do what a good librarian would do at the end of the day. Catalog a few books. Because now we need to find out which of the books we can crack first. Okay. What do we have here? Wrapped in the King. A heart mystery book. Difficulty 8. That's way too much for my starter skills. So, Lake Fuchito recordings. Problem here, it's a phonograph record. And without a phonograph, we won't be able to enjoy these. So, I can catalog one more book. You will find books all over the library. Obviously. There we go. Operations of a certain finality. Yeah. Oh, the Invisible Serapeum. Cool. Gives me throwbacks to Cultist Simulator. Okay, so let's make more friends, shall we? Let's see what kind of influence today has. Come on, weather. Kick in. More rain. Dang. That won't help. So, we won't be able to send Denzel to another neighbor. Okay. So, somebody with a Grail aspect would be helpful. Let's see, I think here Mrs. Kill should be the one we could be asking. But I don't have Winter or Grail on my attributes here right now. Dang. Beginning of the game you are very, very limited in your options and you really feel it. So we are going to go and let's see, miners offer Scale? Forge and a Little Moon. Does that help? Okay. So, currently it looks as if we can't get further because we don't have the right tools at hand, but I'm gonna show you that this must not be necessarily right. Come on, Denzel, we have work to do. Okay, so just like we enabled him to talk to other people a moment before, we can also enable him to do things he wasn't able to do before. So we will require Sky, Grail, or Lantern, or Nectar. So we can not only apply memories to our people, we can also feed them drinks, for example. So let's pour him a drink. The Dandelion wine happens to have 2 points of nectar. And if we look at this, this opens up the opportunity to open this room. Oh, we can't use the rain memory too, because that has Grail too. Okay. So we're going to be keeping this glass of wine now for a different occasion, and it's a good way to showcase that you can solve the same problem with 2 different ways, different tools. Later down our adventures we will need more than just one solution, but for today, I think I'm going to go here. I could have opened up this one too, but I know that we won't be finding any books here in the garden. There we go. So here we have a telescope. At this point, we can't craft. Let's see, do I have something that correlates here? Moon. So let's see. Wolf stories have 2 points of moon. If we add in more moon points now, you see now we have 4 moon points. 1 out of each slot of Trist, 2 out of the wolf stories, and now if we only had something that added in more moon, which we don't have, that would be eligible with this slot, we could be finding out what we can craft there, but we can't right now. And every skill has its own crafting catalog of items, by the way. They share similarities, but there are certain unique things you can only do with certain skills sometimes. And there's a lot of skills. A lot of skills, seriously. So what do we have here? Now that is a level 14 book. Great. And it's moth, so it's even more insane than the usual. Moth is the wildness of the woods and the just the randomness of things. Quantum sciences would be definitely moth, in my opinion. Black Nephrit. Okay, that's only a 6 difficulty. For today, we're just going to catalog books and wait until tomorrow. Good thing is you're not in any hurry here. Wainscot Histories. Okay. You can take this to at your own leisure. This is something why I enjoyed this game a little bit more than Cultist Simulator, because Cultist Simulator has a lot of pressure and urgency the whole time. I mean, this is also something good. This gives the game a lot of cool action and pressure, but yeah. So, Ettery After. And those of you who have played Cultist Simulator will even recognize a couple of books from Cultist Simulator here again. A couple of them are here too. Like the Traveling at Night, Volume 1 and 2. These exist in Cultist Simulator already too. Okay. Prophecies of Glory. Another difficulty 8 book. So we ran out of skill points for today. Let's wait until tomorrow. Okay. What's the weather for today? Gale. That's one of the powerful weathers. It has 3 points, where many other weathers only have 2. So that's definitely a good thing. Except for the fact that it's absolutely wasted, but whatever. We want to meet Father Timothy finally. Or Reverend? I forgot. Hello, Denzel. So, we're going to use that memory now on Denzel to give him Sky Aspect, which will unlock the acquaintance with Father Timothy. Or Reverend, I forgot. Reverend Timothy. Thing is, these guys can then all be hired, just like Denzel can be hired, to help us out in the library. Denzel, as our initial contact, is the only person that will help us without money. all the other folks here, the Kills and the Reverend, they'll always want money from us to get things going. So we got a gossip memory. Great, I guess. Yeah, let's give some booze to the to this man here. There we go. So, pour him a drink. So he'll gain 2 points of nectar aspect, which this room here requires. Citizen Sleeper? Never heard about that. Sounds like a meme. I'll be checking it out later. There we go. And just like that, we have unlocked another room today. And I'd say we'll be spending the rest of the time with reading some or cataloging some books. Jenny Evgeny, hi there. I just do what I like to do. My pleasure. I always love the fact that you folks enjoy what I do so much. Oh yeah, let's do this. There's just an easy challenge here. So, as you see there, the father needs church funds, but that's okay. Oh, the Reverend. Oh. And Reverend Timothy has already inbuilt 2 points of lantern, and now we are going to give him a tool, the mirror scope. As you see there, this tool has a built-in lantern aspect. And the fun part about tools is, unlike drinks, they don't use up themselves. Every assistant can only wield one tool at a time. If I'd be giving them another tool, the bonus would expire, I think. Or it's not even applicable anymore, I don't remember anymore. But with a tool, see, tool goes back to its own old place, and now we can unlock the room here. Well, the currencies here, that's just the £10 note torn to bits. The £10 notes are the biggest currency unit in the game. And once you start spending, it splits open into a bajillion of different currency types. I was shocked when I found out that, as far as I know, these actually exist in Great Britain. I'm afraid all of them did at some point. Okay, so we have discovered this room now, but I am all out of soul cards for today, so we're going to go and leave it like that. Yeah, the Brits have a lot of culture when it comes down to numismatics and such. Lots of countries have. Okay. So, what's the weather today, Brandkrug? Sunny. Perfect. And so we are going to go and pay the Reverend one more time. And now we're going to boost him with that sunny weather to reach a skill level of 4. And that opens opens up the next room. I mean, it gets progressively more difficult the deeper you venture into the library. The room unlocking scores go higher and higher the further you get. The initial areas are obviously easy, just as it should be. Okay. Let's keep cataloging these books. I am very much looking for one with low difficulty level, so we can crack open that secret. The Berry Book. That ain't an easy one either. So had no inventory space, so it went down outside on the ground. The Horus, a Nectar book. These are also quite hard. Nectar is a stat that you don't find as often on your soul cards as on others. Okay. A true and complete accounting of the Asclepian mysteries of the roots of the house. The good thing is, this is actually an easy book. So I will be keeping that one currently a little bit on my watch list. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Only problem is that it is written in Greek, but since I am the librarian, I can read that language easily. Librarian has a couple of languages right from the get-go. We do need to learn other languages, just like in Cultist Simulator eventually too. So, Bancroft Diaries. Hell yeah. Lantern, Latin, and perfect. So we got ourselves a couple of entry-level books now. Nice. So now we just need a little bit of proper weather, and all will be fine. So, clouds. That's the worst of all weathers, you see? Or the weakest of all weathers. Let's see. The moon and the moth aspect are not helpful at anything. Too bad. Typical. So, oh, what do we have here? A gift from Dr. Blackwood. Oh yeah, so the writing case that we receive is part of the House of Light DLC. Because, you know, when you have the House of Light DLC, you get the ability to collect the addresses of your visitors and invite them to dinner parties where you can learn skills, and most importantly, their crazy stories. That's so great. Okay, and we are drawing a new event. Stanislav John Schaller, priest, diplomat, gardener, a soft-voiced man with a very steady gaze. Okay, so let's see. Understands Latin, but he also understands Crack Track. Sadly, I don't have any currency to pay him to teach me Crack Track. So, the affair of the god in the wood. The Litarian, a faddish health camp in the Black Forest, has attracted attention after many of its clients seem to have developed sudden, sometimes upsetting artistic abilities. So, yeah. The hell is Crack Track? Crack Track is a wonderful language. Sadly, the descriptions of these ultra exotic languages in this game are awesome. So, but I have to learn them. So, there are things happening in the world, and these are randomly drawn, and people will visit you to talk with you about these things. And you see those icons here in the background? These are all these incidents. And the fun part here is that after the incident has been properly introduced to you by having hosted a couple of visitors, when you have the House of Light DLC, you get to decide how to influence this specific incident. There's a couple of outcomes, different outcomes for each one of these incidents, depending on how you nudge. This is crazy. This is so cool. I have only scraped the tip of all this myself. So, the dude now comes over here because he's trying to find help in regard of that. So, because the esoteric practitioners of the world where this whole thing plays like to come to the library to research about certain things. And I'm here to help them because I'm the librarian, you see. So, these patients, these alumni, shall I say these initiates, my interest is doubly professional as a priest and as a gardener. Yeah, I would say that whatever happens here, if people are suddenly developing artistic abilities they didn't have after visiting a health camp, I must say that really sounds like there's something odd happening. So, and now he wants to read a book that's either hard or nectar mystery, and it has to have at least 3 points difficulty wise to be good enough for him. That's how it works. Alright, I'm going to speak to some of these people. I've felt for a while that something is changing in the tempo of the world's pulse. Spoken like a true heart practitioner. I think this may be an opportunity for me to understand what. I might be wrong, it's been known, but thank you, librarian. Please take my blessing. And this. So he'll be now giving me some esoteric currency, which I can use next time to learn Crack Track and other things. That's also one of my favorite soundtracks. In general, the soundtrack of this game is... The Crossing to Noon. Okay. So, for the Bancroft Diaries, I would prefer to read this on a sunny day. So, yeah, we got his card, and we got a bronze Spintria. With Spintria, we are going to pay the people for teaching us esoteric languages. But we're also going to go and put the father's card into the ledger, because we can now learn to invite these people via this thing. So in here we have now the address of the dude. You're the Capitaine Morbihan. Yeah, or however that's pronounced. What do we have here? An occult scrap containing knock knowledge, rose and moth knowledge. Does that serve me? There's a little bit of rose here. Necessary. Is there anybody willing to? There we go. Today there's a barber in town. Perfect. So you can hire the help of random people here as well. And the barber. Oh, I need to read his text. The itinerant barbers of the South Country will keep you clean and kept. Make sure you don't miss out on any news or gossip, and arrange matters so you aren't too troubled by vermin. Snip, snip. Okay, I don't even want to know why the vermin. So we can now give him that thing, and that'll pump up his skill. Geronimo, did I like Cultist Simulator? Yes. Very, very much so. It's been one of my favorite games, but must say I would have preferred if the game had a save and load mechanic, because one run can take very, very long, and sometimes when you had a slip in the attention, it was so easy to die, and then you lost like dozens of hours of progress only because you just fell out of the loop to fight off the things that kill you. That was the only thing that bothered me, but everything else, just. And Crack Track wasn't in Cultist Simulator, right? There's a couple of things that aren't right around here, and the name is not referring to any rear ends of people. It's referring to cracks in the mud, which can read a language. Whatever you were thinking. Okay. So, time for my every 30-minute sales pitch. Since Book of Hours is currently in sales while I'm streaming this, and I'm giving away 3 keys tonight, I just want to let you know that in 60 minutes I will draw these 3 keys. What a good timing with the soundtrack. And if you want to participate, all you need to do is just tell me in the YouTube chat or in the Twitch chat, and I'll be putting your name into the raffle bag, and maybe you get lucky. Well, El, so we all think different things. It's a sunny day. It's finally time to read the Bancroft Diaries. So, to do so, we take the book, and now to have a guaranteed success, we need to rack up 4 points of Lantern. We get to put in a soul card, we get to put in a skill card, and we get to put in a memory. So, since we don't have any skill that provides Lantern, that one will be left empty. We're going to put in Fost, which is providing 2 points of Lantern. Then we put in the Sunny Memory, and we're done. If you don't fulfill the necessary needs of a book at the first attempt like this, you get 3 random modifiers, which allow you to just put in different things. Sometimes you run around and you get to pour yourself a drink. Sometimes you get to put in a piece of art. It's variable. It's basically like a random skill check that allows you to fit in items that randomly might fit. It's fun. So the short read here is that you don't necessarily need to fulfill the entire test right at the beginning. It is okay to fill in the remaining skill points on the rest of the trip. So, let's see. Book reading is a lot of fun here. Let's see. Lord Franklin Bancroft was initiated into the arts of flower maker by the rose witch Fiona Ayrshire. He rose to become a society provider of occult services and secret pleasures before his abrupt disappearance in 1790. So, Bancroft seems to have been a talented adept, but devoted his energies to frustratingly whimsical projects, arranging grape-fetching races between Mensa spirits, teaching percussicans to juggle, and conjuring storms of imaginary blossoms for the rose witch Ayrshire, who resolutely refused ever to couple with him. Bancroft spends 20 pages bemoaning this last. It's all about, you know. The mantra here recorded is a high and exacting magic which can be used to pledge one's spirit to the watchman, beginning an ascent to the house. Bancroft boasts of his ability to recite it when in his cups. He also had it set to music for a performance with fireworks at Vauxhall Gardens. Okay. So we have learned the pyroglyphics and this book's memory. So here's the interesting part. After we have read the book, we have now gained the lesson. This is a one-timer, but we also gained the memory foresight. Whenever we now read that book again, we don't need to pass its skill check because we have mastered it, but we can read it for the expense of 1 soul card to get that foresight memory again. And that is really, really something worth noting. So, foresight. is to forge one lantern. So we go here. That's something I really like to go for. To forge one lantern. Boom. And now I put that book in here. And now I know, when I click here, that I can get this memory out of this book. This, for example, will help me with forge books. So. Asandanima, hey there. Long time no see. So, Pyroglyphics skill we're going to be learning directly. Every skill I don't have acquired yet, I can directly just consume and acquire it. It's always a pleasure to see people after a long time again. ACS, wasn't it, where we met? One script that all the world must read, even the blind, and it is written in flames. Matters of firework and their kin. Lights, colors, infernal detonations. Okay. So we're also unlocking, while we're exploring the house, several other crafting benches. So pyroglyphics can be actually used here. Boom. Literally. So, there we go. So here, we can craft the first item. We can use the pyroglyphics abilities. If we put in 5 forge points, we can craft a new item. This will consume the memory, but it will retain all the other items. You know what? Since the memories evaporate after each day, you can't take a memory from today to tomorrow, most of them at least, we are going to craft something. Oh, I've been great, Asanda. I'm now at the point where Icon Gaming is something that that works and feeds my family and me. And I gotta say, this is after 6 years of hard work, something that really just makes me happy each day again. So yeah, I'm great. Thanks for asking. So we have crafted now some Westcott's compounds. This is an alchemical material that we will use on different occasions. The fun part is that we can now craft that as many times as we want to. As often we can bring up 5 forge points, we can now craft that stuff again and again. If I remember correctly, this stuff can also be given to assistants, but I'm not sure anymore. The user interface has been several times been updated, Asanda, yeah. It's been a plethora of mini updates, though, so I can't really tell you where that happened and when that happened, but yeah, I noticed it too, that a couple of things are really, really wonderful, helpful now. A red blossom, stories written in fire, and all the sooner, but are remembered all the longer. The Ithistry wisdom teaches us the certainty of change. That's neatly put. And I got my whist back. And now I have winter energy. Well, it's mostly since I started doing all the guides and tutorials and focusing on teaching how to beat games. That was the point where the whole thing went profitable. So I'm chilling out on my streams and just having fun, and I'm doing serious business on the tutorials. I think I'm happy with that balance by now. Pretty much, yeah. So, we do have not much in our hands to go further down the road today. So, let's just let the day pass and hope for better weather tomorrow. I'm really, really looking forward to the next game from Weather Factory 2, which will be an actual classic RPG. I don't know if they are also going to contain combat, but the you'll have an RPG in the world of Cultist Simulator, so to speak. Can't wait. Yeah, I mean, I've been always good at explaining things, Asanda, and obviously that was something which stuck. And I like doing so, so it's a perfect match. Sunny weather! Can we facilitate that somehow? Not really. Not really, not really. I remember how to work with this. I'll have to hear that, Il. It's something many people don't have the patience to explain and teach things, and I love to hear that. Bearer of Curses. I haven't tried out the new Siege update for Dwarf Fortress lately, mostly because Europa Universalis 5 happened. I spent like 100 hours since the release there now. Totally sunk into the rabbit hole there. I'll be getting to Dwarf Fortress again, promise, but it's just, yeah. That's just what happened, okay? So you can't just have a chat with your assistants. You don't need to invest anything. And you get a memory from that. Sometimes those memories are exactly what we need to proceed. I'll be streaming at least another hour. I don't know how much longer beyond that. Haven't planned yet. I do know that in an hour, roughly, I will be drawing the giveaway keys, and after that, I've said, depending on how awake I still am. Okay, so this guy has 2 points of edge memory from the get-go. Edge skill, I mean. I didn't know. This is good because we... So, let's check out the stuff. There is Mist-Kissed Water. Moon aspect. Not helpful. There is a Astrolabe with Sky aspect. Not helpful either. Whispering Sand. Perinculate. Ah, this game welcomes me back like an old friend. I love this. Yeah, I'm sorry guys that I can't stream that earlier. It's just this is the time of the day when I'm done with being there for the family, you know. And it's the only time where I got time for that free time and such. I beg the forgiveness. I've been there too back in the day with the time zone problems and such. Yes, looks like we need to chat more with Denzel. I don't have any memory cards that help me right now. And at the beginning of the game, your methods are a little bit limited. More foresight memories. Come on, Denzel. Is there nothing else you can talk about? Yeah. Well, I really do my best to be around for my little guy as much as I can. My dad wasn't around for me enough when I was a little guy, and the weird thing is, it really haunts you for the remainder of your days, if that's the thing. And that's why I do that. Even if if it slows down my career and such. And I love to have people like you around who always are like, come on, family first. That's really nice. So the walled garden would be accessible if we would be just a little bit edgier. Come on, Denzel. Talk about something edgy. Talk about fear. Talk about your worst nightmares. Come on. Oh, I can relate to that, El. I mean, my parents, they were just overburdened by life. They didn't do that on any bad or ill purpose. They just didn't know how to deal better with life in general. Solace, a heart memory. So, heart, you're not the heart person. I know. But maybe, Denzel, we can make you a little bit more sentimental by feeding you a glass of mist-kissed water and talk a little bit about solace while we do so. Never shy away from using the consumables in Hush House. Almost none of them are irreplaceable. I hope I'm not too late. Come on, Denzel. Don't let me down. Okay. Oof. Well, we all have to work on the deficiencies that life has put up for us in our first 20 to 30 years. Everybody has a different package to carry, El. Nobody is left out from that. You will soon notice that everybody has their own package, you see. So don't worry too much about that. Ross Kragan Whiskey. Good. We've made some progress. So what's the weather today? Give me something useful. Rain. Nice. So that'll give me 2 points of nectar. We need 4. Here or here. Grail. We also have Grail points. A Tangle of Thorns. We could breach that open today. Grand Ascent first floor. We could definitely do that today. Tell you what, we're going to do both. So for 1, we're going to recruit. We need Mrs. Kill though, not Mr. Kill. I think this is Mr. Kill, right? Nah. Okay, then we are only going to open up one door today. That's fine. So, Denzel. Xavier, you put that wonderful into words. I always like to see that, like to say to myself that I'm only getting better and I'm also a dad for the first time, and we all make our mistakes. It's not about not making mistakes, it's about how you handle your mistakes and how you make amends for when you fucked up. You know, that's way more important than not making mistakes at all. Nothing is more toxic than trying to be too perfect. It's way better to be there making mistakes like everybody does and then being a champ about it. Alright, so we have now the Foresight memory, and we have a Denzel. We combine that, and we have 4 points of Forge aspect. And then Denzel can do his Denzeling today for us. Okay, that's just... I'm done with that. Hopefully my brain will be braining a little bit better then. Love to hear that, Bearer of Curses. Thanks for being around, man. Always love to hear that I'm getting new company here. I can only say all the things I do on my channel, I do them with love. I'm a gamer since forever. My parents, since we've been talking about parents, my dad didn't do too many things for me, but he taught me while I was 4 how to handle a C64 and how to boot up a game there. And my little autistic brain, it learned it immediately. And it's stuck with me forever since. Nah, well, not much, but I went from the C64 to the Amiga 500, and then to the first desktop PCs back in the day. Ah, so many good memories. What do we have today? A barber again with moth. Barberino. I don't want to get barbered though. I want to do something with the rainy weather. I have an idea. We're gonna try something. So there is the Horus. The Horus is a Nectar book. Nectar, sadly, is only to be found on health, and there only 1 point. But since we have here the rainy weather, we have a starting point. I'm afraid none of my skills has Nectar, just like I thought. So we're going to take the risk here and just take an attempt. If we get lucky, we get to eat something or drink something, and then we can add in another point there. Yeah, that's true, El. That's true. I'm always a fond believer of pragmatism in life, you know? Always try to make something out of the situations in life, even if they aren't the best. Soul card. But I don't have anything else with Nectar. So we can't fill that slot here. Another memory. Sadly, we don't have any other memory. And the last one is Ubisut. That is giving a direct bonus, but one that we not want to have. So, Book has beaten us, and not the other way around. But, yeah. There has been, by the way, a percentile chance even to succeed, even though we only had 3 or 4 points. So, yeah. So, Bran Crockett, what's the weather today? Clouds. Boring old clouds. Ugh. Leave me alone with the clouds, boy. Dang. Okay, so that seems like we have to sit down and chat with Denzel all day again. Because we ain't got nothing better to do. Another foresight memory. Come on, Denzel. You're so close-minded. It's all about Forge with you, isn't it? So, smoking room. No, smoking room, actually. It's meant to be. It's meant for smokers. So we only need 1 point of Forge aspect more. Isn't that possible? Here, Roscragon whiskey. Come on, man. First up, we have to talk about your foresights. And then... down the hatch, old friend. The smoking room is a excellent source of books. I do remember that. Thing is, the more books we unlock, the more options we got. And now, we go for bilocated Denzel. He's now at 2 points at the same time. He's repairing the smoking room, and he's with me. Well, don't take me too serious here. Just fooling around. Okay, so we got ourselves a couple of new books to browse through. You can also browse through several books at once. The house is full of different discs, and if you put a book onto a disc, you can do the same thing you do here. Isn't it cool? Intuition Now you talk about intuitions, my old friend. Now that we can't really utilize it anymore. At the infirmary. The Watchful Tantra. Kinky. And 2 wombs, 1 heart. I don't even want to know more about that. I think hate hard and grail literature. They always want to make me puke. Yeah, thanks for Sun's splendor at this point. Crisscross, hi there. Truthcane, the learning curve of the game is relatively moderate. Once you know what the game wants from you to beat the skill checks, it's actually quite easy from there on out. Getting behind how skill checks work is, if you are completely new to the whole game, a little bit tricky and a little bit weird to understand at first. But yeah, basically you just need to rewatch my stream and then you had that under your hood and you're good to go. It's mostly about reading the lore and beginning to understand how everything's meant to work. Check this out, El. If you played Cultist Simulator, that drawing here should look awfully familiar. 108. Perfect. That is a very, very good beginner level book. Yeah, the Mansis. And check out something even cooler. You can now take these and study them. Everything out here, by the way, can be taken into your hand and looked at. Even those animal taxidermy objects. So here, beneath the skin of the world, we find the Mansis, also called the world's spine, also called the house of the sun. The Mansis is the home of the hours on which the world depends, and a sojourning place for certain departed souls. Above the house is the glory, the origin of light, to which souls aspire. At the foot of the house and around its walls, though it has no walls, is the wood. Beneath the house is nowhere. Isn't that a cool throwback? If you have played the original Cultist Simulator, and it's everywhere. It shows you that in Cultist Simulator, you were only one of those little practitioners. Here, you are the keeper of all the occult knowledge out there, and to me personally, this gave me a much more grand feeling about everything. But everybody can decide for themselves on that end, I'd say. But to me personally, if I had to choose which one I like more, definitely would vote for Book of Hours, because I'm a sucker for lore. And there's just so much cool knowledge in there, whereas in Cultist Simulator you've been left in the dark and unknowing for a painful long time. I gotta say, it was a very, very fitting way of getting into the whole business, but this one feels more comfy to me. Ah, Steam Deck too. Nice. It's that one thing I need to buy one day still. Ooh, the Man Ravline. It's a grail drink. It'll get your blood pumping. Notes on bindings. Okay. Okay. The Rose of Nuriel. I do have a lot of red books today. The books that you find, as far as I know, are random. So it's never the same assortment of books when you start unlocking the library. Difficulty levels, though, are a little bit fixed. So you don't get those difficulty 20 books all over the place at the beginning of the game, which would be pretty much a kill. The History of Inks. It's a difficulty 14 one. There's a lot of books that I haven't studied yet in the game, by the way, even though I have beaten it 2 times already. The Carishan Portolan. Okay. So, I got 1 scale point here. We got edge. Okay. And the Debate of the 7 Cups. Right. High-class moth book. Thanks, but no thanks. Okay. So let's see what tomorrow shall bring. And since another 30 minutes have passed, it is time to do my little ad roll. Since Book of Hours is currently in a pretty big sale for a week, and the people of Weather Factory have been kindly sponsoring 3 Keys for this stream, I just want to tell you, if you want to participate, and if you are live right here, right now, just let me know in the YouTube or in the Twitch chat. Your name goes into the raffle bag, and in 30 minutes, I will be drawing the winners for tonight. It's sunny weather again. So, lantern and sky it is. Let's see what we can do with that. So this place needs 6 points of sky. You see, it's getting harder. It's already getting more difficult. 2 points of edge. Okay. Heart and rose. Let's see what kind of help we can recruit for today. Still barbers. If I remember correctly, we can also seek unusual help, but these are more costly. Do we want that? So, Chris Kras wants to go into the bag? Me too. There you go. And Truecaine. I think we are now 6 or 7 people in the raffle bag. And a Schmo goes to the bag. We're getting closer to 10 now. We had 4 participants before the stream. Now 3 more makes 7, and I have put 2 names during the stream in there, so we are at a grand total of 9. 33 person for everybody. Well, there are already tutorials for Book of Hours out there, Chris Kras. Just when the game was released, I already did all I could do. Because I'm a massive fanboy when it comes down to Weather Factory. They hold a very, very close place to my heart because I don't know. The storytelling here just draws me in a way that only very, very, very few games nowadays are managing to do so. So, and that is the reason why I love to help these folk out, these folks out, you know? So if I remember correctly, we can already do some... I don't know if I need it. I do need to put this on a desk, right? Yes. Then we need to put in something like that. Is it too early though for that? A determination. Yeah. It's too early for determinations. I tried to get into Barotrauma, but I didn't like the controls too much. Fallen London was also, you know, I don't know how aware you are, but Fallen London was made by Alexis Kennedy, and I don't know how much Lottie was already involved, but the people that became Weather Factory were part of the creators of Fallen London, and they went separate ways eventually. That's also one of the reasons why Fallen London was such a great project originally. Oh, we got our order forms from Cater and Hero. Well, it was mostly the camera which bothered me most with Barotrauma, which follows the cursor like that, and I didn't take the time to reconfigure, and my wife didn't like it for multiplayering, and then went out of the selection list for that evening. And it never came back ever since. Okay, so these were my easy books to read, right? So a hard book. Denzil? Well, let's chat. So, who are we meeting today? Mr. Peter Agdistis. Musician, mystic, impresario. Agdistis was a dancer once. One can see him without knowing it. The wound in his thigh keeps him from the stage, but his every movement still has the cadence of a prayer. That's the kind of writing I mean. You can immediately imagine something about this person. This is something which immediately evokes something in my mind. I love it. So, Mr. Peter Agdistis is also something who's going to teach us a new language, namely Fujin. Redcon? No, never heard. Yeah, disabling the camera is easy. I figured that this was a me problem. Heart memory. Brilliant. So, that's exactly what I needed. We are going to read a book today. Mr. Agdistis, please teach me. There we go. I would have loved to have chatted with him about the affair of the God in Wood, but we can't have everything. That's the downside. You don't get to progress the event if they teach you something, because they are going afterwards. So, let's see. Do I have something? Here's 1 point of heart. That's it. Dang. It's a close call again. Is there any heart in my skills? No, I'm so heartless. Okay, well, we're going to try it nevertheless. Maybe we're getting lucky here. Well, I don't know if I'll be ever playing Amazing Cultivation Simulator every time soon again. I do still need a little bit of a hiatus here because the game has a problem in terms of being too samey in the first 10 hours or so. That's one of the big issues for me. Another soul card. I wish I had one. A comfort item. So let's see. Something with heart. It's the fun part here. Now we get to check out the furniture. Grail furniture. A treasury of shelters. You see, we need an umbrella to understand this book. Now I'm sitting here. I imagine sitting in my library under the umbrella and finally understanding what I've missed about the true and complete accounting of the Asclepian mysteries of the roots of the house. It took an umbrella. Oh, sorry, a shelter. I haven't been with Tale of Immortals since quite some time now. Too grindy, to me personally, by now. So, descriptions of the Asclepian mysteries reproduced by one Riley Grease from, supposedly, a much older text. It's unlikely to be genuine, but it makes a reference to the house without walls and its wood, right here in the prologue. Definitely something. This is very obviously not an antique text. At the very least, it has been badly mutilated. But it contains substantial intriguing material, especially a persuasive comparison of the house without walls, without doors to the human body, with its many portals. Definitely talking about the menses there. The direction of death is down, the book explains. The peacock door has been considered a rent or an abrasion, but in some respects it's more like a mouth, if not a more treasured point of entry. Discussions of the doors include a rite which may conjure creatures through these doors, although key incantations are missing. Definitely an entry-level book, but it gave me an impulse memory and weaving and not working. So, let's make a marker here again. Impulse is 2 moth, 1 nectar. Nectar. How useful. So, I always do this on my libraries so I can access the memories easier. Because eventually those memories help you a ton in reading books. So, this is a wonderful skill description. He. Valentine de Wolf. Right. That's true art. That's weaving and not working in a nutshell. Cut thread and the tapestry must be healed. Bosk renews the weave. That's pretty cool, because that means I get a second health point. And health points are really, really useful. Well, I am very happy to tell you, Il, my kiddo already can build burner miners, assemblers, and inserters. He's not much past behind that, but I taught him some Factorio already. What kind of dad do you think I am? So, Fuchin, a people that lived east of the lost lake Fucino. Horace warned that theirs was the land of witches. This was their language, called by some the dry tongue, and by others the tongue of witches. This is A lot of hard skills here. Languages are special. The Queen's Wound. There is a story known to painters of a queen who could love no other, neither woman nor man, but only her own image. She sought 9 colors to grace the image, and the last was the turquoise of her eyes, a gift from the shadowless king. Her court poet hymned his queen and her image, and in his poem she heard the truth, that the image was greater. So she fled into the wood, and the image ruled her domain with the poet as its consort, but it always remembered her kindly. Hell, what a story. What a spooky story. I mean, the gist of it, that the image of yours that you adore becomes eventually bigger than yourself. This is the stuff that I'm talking about. I don't know. This stuff gives me chills. Maybe not everybody would see that as scary as I do, but I don't know. This touches a part in my insides that feels deeply uncomfortable about these things. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone with that. Maybe not. I can't tell. You missed the evil sect. Yeah, that was a fun time. That's true. I mean, the dudes of ACS wanted to be around with ACS2 since a while now, and they didn't manage. That's really making me a little bit nervous, and I'm afraid that the whole project might be not being continued. Well, we'll see. I can't adopt another child. My apartment is too small. But if you are willing to do the cooking and the cleaning in the house, we might be able to work something out. Alright, it's a foggy day. That's a lot of knock aspect. Nice. Let's see. There must be something we can be doing with that. So we could be either unlocking the second floor here. Well, I think we'll be doing that. Yeah. I could be also reading Traveling at Night out of that. Nah. Exploring the library is always one of the more important things. Oh, I got shapped. That it should be no problem whatsoever to read that book. Okay. Yeah, well, the thing is, I'm cooking. I am a passionate cook myself, so I don't really need somebody doing that. Cooking is really something that. Oh, I forgot to put money in. Sorry. I just love good food. Okay, so we're going to give this guy here the knock aspect that he requires. And then we'll see. So, is that already enough to get some work done here? No, it ain't. Well. Then we put that one on here, and then we're good to go. And that is another floor cleared. And my shaft is entirely fatigued, so we can't really do anything further today. Oh, whatever. That's okay. So yeah, I knew that this would be so unrewarding. Oh, Denzel. Well, let's fire this man up a little bit. Well, if not anything else, we are at least unlocking the hallways here a little bit. Well, I do like cooking to unwind myself and chill out a little bit. I really like to work quiet by myself. That's something I really enjoy. Weather, what is it today? It's hail. It's the deadly weather. It's the edgy weather. Been waiting for the edgy weather. So, luckily, Denzel is also an edgy person, so we can put him up here. Feels a little bit like a waste to put these extremely effective weathers into this usage here like that, but, well, whatever. I'll take this one here. Definitely want to take the most difficult skill check that I can get. Sadly don't have any points in Arab yet. That is the skill that has the most edge, if I remember correctly. There we go! Only a slightly unsettling room. Morgue boots. Somehow managed to overlook these. Necropsy table. It's a crafting bench. Homework. I'm so happy that I don't have to work with that anymore. An exorcist's field manual. That's the kind of lecture everybody likes to have, isn't it? An investigation of a foundered country. Recordings from the Atlantic coast. It's another phonograph one, right? If I remember correctly, we have a phonograph somewhere in the house. Don't remember where anymore, though. Ah, well. So, this is Unsorted Works. So, what's the weather today? Storm. That's one of the mightiest weathers out there, with 4 points of enhancement right off the bat. So, yeah, let's use that. I am not featuring that many heart points, but that's gonna be okay. What can we hire today? Orchard keepers. Nice. Now that's exactly what I needed to have. So I might be hiring this orchard keeper tomorrow again. let's talk to her one more time. So she comes at a 6, because health has another heart point here. And there we go. That's the map room. So, what do we have here? The 7 shards. Difficulty 10 book. There's some nice items here on the vagabond desk. It's all one crafting bench. The Viennese Conundra. Oh, that's an easy read. Yes, there's a lot of tracks that you will know from Cultist Simulator in the soundtrack here. That's right. Points safe between... The Twitch points, yeah, they save between streams. Now I've understood your question. There's rain today. Okay. So let's get that Orchard Keeper working one more day. Because with that rain in combination, she has 4 points of nectar already. Perfect. I liked a lot of the soundtracks of Cultist Simulator, in all honesty. There's a lot of really good tracks on there. Really enjoy the composer there. So the Wolf Stories. Plus the Tryst that I got are almost everything I do require. Come on, let's try that. So Wolf Stories brings me 2. Tryst brings me 3. Do I have a memory already? Moth and Nectar? No. So Denzil, come on. Chitty Chatty. I mean, I could take the random approach and try to get another chance to get a second soul card in there. And I might be doing that. Well, we'll see. Fear. That's 2 scale points. Ah, well, that's... Didn't I have an entry point scale book somewhere? Ah, 108. I knew that I had one here. So, perfect. 108. I like that. So 2 scale here. I had some scale on the Wolf Stories. And health happens to have some scale too. Boom. Got this. Nice. Eva the Wolf discourses on the 5th histories, and particularly on those who are said to have passed over from it. The great hooded princess, the not long who ascended under the mother of ants, but now, so Eva claims, honored the horned axe. The fun part is, I already know who the Horned Axe is. I do remember the Great Hooded Princess. And the Mother of Ants I don't really know anymore. The Great Hooded Princess called their library the Tomb of Lies, and this has given rise to a foolish tradition that the princes are habitual liars. Of course, in fact, truth flourishes when lies are slain. On the other hand, the princes do not say knowledge is power, but rather power is knowledge. DIH? No, that's the Horus, not DIH, DH1. So, Eva has, to her regret, never visited the library. She notes that this is said to be west of the Lion and north of Victory, and suggests that, although the princes are generally associated with India, the library might be farther east. Okay. So, a confounding parable. Oh boy, that's a strong one. I need an empty shelf. This one. Okay, what does that bring? Moon, rose, and sky. Nice. There we go. This will be a very, very helpful companion for so many other things. So now we also have what we needed for the Viennese. Conundra. Let's see. There's gotta be some moon in somewhere. Yep, the wolf story's got it. And what's here? Vendrell describes odd events in Vienna, the disappearance of children, epidemics of parasite activity, animal mutilations, nightmares of worms, the activities of a charitable organization, the new Ligaens. Ligaens are human people that eat people, you know, that funds the burial of the poor. She proposes peculiar connections between these activities. When the individual K attends the meetings, black dogs are sacrificed and quartered. When the element M is in attendance, black mares are found with their throats slashed. I propose that these sacrifices are not necessary, but that our Ligaean friends may consider them fitting. Herewith diagrams of the mutilations. Medusa's riddle, then, I chose to render as what is not seen. There is another riddle, one I have heard rendered as what may be lost. I will delineate some historic attempts to answer it. These are, in themselves, in some sense, sacrifices. I don't understand a word. But it brings me a lesson in wolf stories. That's nice. And a fear memory. So, I'll be drawing the names once I have set up another shelf for my newfound wisdom. Fear is to scale one edge. So, let's go. And the winners are... Let's go for a proper mixing here. It's also my dice bag for my pen and paper sessions, by the way, when I'm DMing, so... It's mixed with my dice. So, there we go. First one. Second one. And, third one. Currently we're playing Pathfinder, but I've been with, D&D, Vampire the Masquerade, to some degree Shadowrun, and a lot of homebrew. Okay, so the winners are... Chris Crass, congratulations. Hired Poet, Congratulations yet again to you. And last on the list is Schmo. So, congratulations. I think all of you I can contact via Twitch. Yes. Sorry, Elle, for not having one for you as well. But this won't be the last time we'll be doing this. So, yeah. I'll be tuning down today's stream at this point already because I gotta say, at over here it is 1 a.m. and I am a little bit tired already. So I will be sending the keys to you all after I went offline over Twitch. And yeah, thanks everybody for being around. It's been a really, really great time. Thanks to all the participants who didn't get the draw today. Hope better luck next time. I'm doing these things quite regularly, and just join my Discord. I'll be announcing everything there before it happens. And see you all next time.